I have the weirdest life, I really do. Once again, I find myself in the middle of a brouhaha as I appear to have run afoul of probably the worst woman in American politics, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination to the Supreme Court, which is lovely.
Donald Trump is said to be very upset as Jimmy Kimmel and Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett join forces to highlight Marjorie Taylor Greene's strange behavior. With odd outbursts and surprising actions, MTG's Behaviour is being closely watched, and Trump is not happy about it. Keep watching as this surprising fight unfolds.
A lovely thing to say. So I made a joke. I said, where is Will Smith when you need him? What she does instead of working, she tweets. After she saw it, she tweeted, ABC contacts my employer. This threat of violence against me by Jimmy Kimmel has been filed with the Capitol Police.
Late night comedy has always been a safe place for people looking for laughs during political messes, and Jimmy Kimmel is really good at this.
This threat of violence against me by Jimmy Kimmel has been filed with the Capitol Police. By the way, if she's going to report me to the police, if that's how she wants to play it, I'll report you right back. And I won't go to the police. I'll go to the Justice League.
He has a special talent for making even the most confusing political stories really funny with his talks. This week he was focused on Georgia's Marjorie Taylor Greene, who some people refer to as the Queen of Cringe.
I'm writing about a woman who might be a supervillain. Like the Joker, she thinks she is funny. And like the Penguin, she is 5 foot. Do you know what a vomit you have to be to get called out by Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Kimmel went all in as he tackled Greene's recent actions. The Congresswoman, famous for her wild ideas and heated speech, provided plenty of content. Her latest outburst, blaming Democrats for scheming against her in a way that felt more like a story from a Lifetime movie than a real political issue.
Well, last night I was having dinner with 2 members of my staff, and we were preparing for committee hearings today. And then we were approached. A woman came over to my table and started verbally attacking me.
Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks she's the star of a hidden, badly written play. Kimmel joked during his monologue, setting the stage for the teasing that would follow. He pointed out some of her more well-known hits, like her focus on Hunter Biden's laptop.
Calling me all kinds of names.
You dumb, stupid, ridiculous, hot dog face!
And then another member of her party started screaming, F you, Marjorie, as loud as he possibly could, over and over and over again.
If Greene focused more on making laws instead of complaining about emails and hard drives, she could have really done something in Congress.
Inside this restaurant.
F you! F you, Marjorie! F you!
We want our own safe space, and we deserve it.
Kimmel's takedowns work well because they mix funny moments with real facts. He doesn't just make fun, he shows how silly the behavior is. For instance, he compared Greene to someone who shows up uninvited to a party, and not only breaks the rules but also complains about the snacks. She's the kind of person who arrives without an invitation, asks for gluten-free choices, and then gets upset with the host for not having enough.
Who this morning tweeted, Kimmel is an insufferable nonsense propaganda puppet, which at least my children like me, you know, it's... Take issue with that.
The response from his audience was amazing. People on social media started sharing clips of Kimmel's speech right away, with many praising how well he captured Greene's behavior in just one part. Jimmy Kimmel is really good at roasting. One tweet said, while another described his remarks as public service.
The guy who paid people $1 million a day to vote for Donald Trump is calling me a propaganda puppet. Listen, Kermit, you bought Twitter. You bought a social media platform that is literally a propaganda machine. Let me tell you something. If I spent 2 weeks trying to come up with a 4-word description of Elon Musk, I don't think I could do better than insufferable nonsense propaganda puppet.
Greene has always been someone who takes criticism seriously, even though she hasn't replied to Kimmel's recent jokes. Her past shows that she usually gets back at late-night hosts. It's likely she'll do it with a Truth Social post full of mistakes and in all caps.
Embarrassing. Hey, Elon, let me read you what your buddy Donald Trump said about you before you gave him $100 million. When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere, telling me how he was a big Trump fan and a Republican, I could have said, drop to your knees and beg.
But here's the interesting part. Kimmel's humor isn't just for laughs, it's about highlighting the strange world of today's politics. Kimmel shows Green's actions for what they really are: strange and selfish distractions, making viewers consider carefully who we choose to lead us and what actions we accept from them.
Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about
just
AG.
I
don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No,
what you're
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order. Mr. Chairman.
That's beneath
would
even
you
you
please
order
regain-
Even though Kimmel might be making a joke, the meaning behind it is important. How did a person who loves drama and causing division get into a position of power? Why does she appear to care more about making headlines than actual governing?
Order of your committee.
Order.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words.
Keep watching. Kimmel's jokes aren't done yet, and as long as Green keeps giving him things to work with, the fun will keep going.
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are
so.
gonna move, and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
So, you agree to strike your words?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
agree.
In today's political scene, we really need leaders who can confront nonsense with both cleverness and good sense. Meet Jasmine Crockett, the Texas Democrat who has rapidly gained popularity for her straightforward approach. This week, she gave Marjorie Taylor Greene a serious talking to, and people online are still buzzing about it.
Attack the physical appearance of another person.
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are
so.
gonna move, and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
The scene was a congressional hearing, where Greene was doing what she does best, speaking loudly. This time, she was upset with Hunter Biden, as it seems Greene thinks that a private citizen's laptop is the biggest problem in the country. Crockett, though, wasn't going to let Greene take over the talk without a fight.
Apologize. No.
Perry,
Apologize.
okay, hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms.
I'm
Green
not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then
Okay,
you're
reserve
not
the right to
breaking your
object.
word.
I am
You're
not
not
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman.
Crockett carefully took apart Greene's arguments one by one. She pointed out how silly it is to use taxpayer money for pointless investigations into a person's private life. Is this what leadership has turned into? She asked, clearly frustrated. We should be helping the people, not following wild theories like hobby detectives.
Hey, Ms. Crockett, you're not recognized. Ms. Crockett.
I can't hear you with your yelling.
Don't want
calm
me
down.
To be,
Can you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk
Please calm
noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send
talk
out
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
The most interesting moment happened when Crockett highlighted Greene's strange fixation on Hunter Biden. If you're so focused on someone's laptop, maybe it's time to find a hobby, Crockett joked, getting a good laugh from everyone around. The comment quickly became popular, with fans saying it was one of the best comebacks in congressional history.
She may be a freshman congresswoman, but Texas Democrat Jasmine Crockett, she has already earned a fearsome reputation for schooling folks.
Crockett's skill to remain calm in tough situations is truly impressive. While Greene enjoys disorder and drama, Crockett depends on reality and a quick wit. Her performance was not only a victory for Democrats, it was a victory for everyone who appreciates logic and professionalism in politics.
On the other side of the aisle, take a look at the clip. Yeah.
But when we start talking about things that look like evidence, they want to act like they blind. They don't know what this is. These are our national secrets.
Crockett's takedown wasn't only about getting points, it was about showing everyone what public service should be like. At a time when political talks often turn into loud arguments, Crockett's way of communicating felt refreshing. She didn't just disagree with Greene, she showed how to deal with nonsense in a smart and graceful way.
Looks like in the to me. So you can talk all you want to about how January 6th was nonsense, but all of y'all were running. At that time, y'all were grabbing y'all's gas masks and y'all were running to your offices because you didn't know if they were coming to kill you.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No,
what you're
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
As the video of Crockett's comments kept going around online, the compliments came in. Jasmine Crockett is a true gem, one tweet said. Another plainly stated, this is how you deal with a bully. Even famous people got involved, with Mark Ruffalo and Sarah Silverman sharing their praise for Crockett's performance on Twitter.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then
starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging personalities, correct?
What now?
Green, as expected, claimed to be the victim, saying that Crockett was bullying her, because nothing shows bullying like quietly stating the truth. One Twitter user said, "If you can't take the heat, maybe don't start the fire."
This audience is
Wait.
hot today.
But there's more. Hold on, there's more.
So good.
Because you went viral for putting Marjorie Taylor Greene in her place. And there have been countless remixes.
Everyone knows Marjorie Taylor Greene has a knack for the strange, but this week, her actions hit a whole new level of awkward. With her fixation on Hunter Biden and her outrageous accusations of Democratic schemes, Greene keeps mixing politics with dramatic storytelling.
Which I play
Yes.
often.
Yes.
And I think it may be the song of the summer. Take a look.
Kimmel Jasmine Crockett highlighted a key moment where Greene was really focused on Hunter Biden's well-known laptop. It's like it has the plans for Atlantis or the key to living forever, considering how much she talks about it. But as Crockett amusingly noted, Greene's interest seems more like she's auditioning for a Netflix docuseries titled True Crimes of the Biden Family, rather than engaging in political analysis.
She know.
Yeah.
And isn't she from Georgia? She should have heard from about the dozens.
So
Which was the point of you calling that out, though, because that was the rule in that room, that they should have stopped her.
Correct. So the thing was, Comer was given an opportunity to...
During congressional hearings, Greene has pushed her investigative efforts to uncomfortable limits. She has shown private photos of Hunter Biden, using them as supposed proof of wrongdoing, while also overlooking that many of her claims have no real support. Honestly, it's really unsettling. No one, not even a single person being looked into, should have their private life exposed for low-cost political gain.
Decide how he was going to conduct hearings going forward.
Right.
The reality is that there can be a complete devolution of this process, or you can get it under control. Unfortunately, there has been this situation with Marjorie where she is a bully.
Kimmel, always ready for a laugh, joked that Greene might need some help. Right now, she's like someone who sees one episode of CSI and suddenly believes they know everything about forensics. He joked. Social media, as expected, went crazy. Memes started popping up with funny captions such as, "Greene's new job, detective, but just for laptops."
Compute this woman, you may remember, she's the one who endorsed fringe conspiracy theories and repeatedly indicated support for executing prominent Democratic politicians. Any kind of threats against anyone, especially as I get dozens of them a week myself.
The most troubling part of Greene's actions isn't just how intrusive they are, it's how they take attention away from important matters. As she spends her time chasing made-up stories, the people she represents are left asking why their leader isn't paying attention to real issues. It's really puzzling how she seems to not realize what's going on with herself. Greene often says she's being treated unfairly by politics, all while she's treating others unfairly right in front of everyone.
I also find it very rich that a person who did this in her campaign ad is suddenly whining about fantasies of violence. Now she's dialing 911 because she got made fun of. She's a snowflake and a sociopath at the same time. A snowciopath, as
Jasmine Crockett called out this hypocrisy. While she was criticizing, she highlighted the clear contradiction. If Greene put as much effort into making laws as she does worrying about Hunter Biden, we could actually achieve something here. The internet, as usual, loved it. Crockett's comments were seen as a standout moment, with one Twitter user calling her the congressional roast queen.
nobody does anything. I feel like maybe other Republicans like having her around to make the rest of them seem normal. And by the way, if she's going to report me to the police, if that's how she wants to play it, I'll report you right back. And I won't go to the police. I'll go to the Justice League, okay?
The main question is, why does Greene act like this? Is she truly convinced, or is she just hooked on the spotlight? No matter what, her actions show just how low political discussions have gotten. Just when you thought the week couldn't get more hectic, Donald Trump jumped in with all the grace of a freight train. The ex-president went to his preferred platform, Truth Social, to share his thoughts on the situation with Jimmy Kimmel, Jasmine Crockett, and his devoted supporter, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Of course, it wasn't a quiet or thoughtful reply.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. I mean, my name's not Jimmy anymore, it's Tamara, but I will.
Can you imagine you're a parent and your son...
In usual Trump style, his speech was a mix of confusing and provocative remarks. He started by going after Kimmel, saying he was a failed comedian and that his ratings were worse than a rerun of a 1980s soap opera. Interesting note, Kimmel's ratings are actually doing well, but why let the truth interfere with a good drama? Trump also said that Kimmel is part of the fake news media machine, a typical Trump saying that feels as stale as old bread.
Kimmel would not last too long if he were interested in engaging in unprovoked, terrible violence against this congresswoman. Okay, what are you suggesting, another threesome? I don't know. But and even the then molester Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz weighed in on this.
Next on the list was Jasmine Crockett. Trump called her a nobody who was trying to get attention by going after great patriots like Marjorie Taylor Greene. If by great patriots he means people who create confusion, then sure, he has a valid point. Crockett calmly and clearly took apart Greene's arguments so well that Trump's insult seemed more like a bitter reaction than real criticism.
My hope is that we can rid ourselves of Donald Trump half as quickly as the UK got rid of their failed leadership. That is the only hope that I could have, but something tells me that he will stick around for the entire 4 years.
The main point of Trump's talk was his claim that the deep state is responsible for the recent criticism aimed at him and his supporters. Trump believes that the media, late-night comedians, and some Congress members are all involved in a big plan to stop him from getting back into power. Just a heads up, they aren't. They're just pointing out silly things when they notice them.
I didn't even know there was a level of racist above Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's like finding out a movie can be rated NC-39. And if you want an idea of just how extreme Loomer is,
people on social media had a great time breaking down Trump's outbursts. It's funny to hear Trump call Kimmel a failed comedian, when he's the one that came up with covfefe, one tweet said. Someone else joked, if complaining on Truth Social were a sport, Trump would always take home the gold.
All he does is make fun of, he makes fun of disabled journalists, he calls our veterans prisoners of war, even losers, he insults his opponents, his friends. You know what, maybe this is why Donald and Melania sleep in separate bedrooms.
But under the funny pictures and jokes, there's a bigger problem. Trump's outbursts, though sometimes funny, lead to serious effects in the real world. His skills in energizing his supporters with strong words has maintained a split and harmful political scene. His ongoing attacks on the media and public figures who speak against him just make the divide between parties even wider.
She was laughing too hard at my monologue at night. His family, but if I point out that he's so fat they renamed the plane Air Force Wonder Bread, I'm the bad guy all of a sudden? But really, joking aside, this is a blatant abuse of power.
However, Trump's outbursts are beginning to lose their impact. What used to feel surprising now feels like the same thing over and over. Even some of his strongest fans are starting to lose interest, worn out by the constant wave of anger. One political commentator said, Trump's biggest strength has always been his skill in taking control of the discussion, but now folks are moving ahead, and he's having a hard time keeping up.
How weak and pathetic is a guy like that? The Tonight Show, which is dying. They're all dying. Where's Johnny Carson? Bring back Johnny. It made you appreciate, right, Uncle Sam? It made you appreciate the greatness of Johnny Carson. I go on his show, and he goes, is that your real hair? I said, yeah.
When a story includes well-known figures like Jimmy Kimmel, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jasmine Crockett, and Donald Trump, you can be sure the media will pay a lot of attention. This week was just like the others. The internet went wild with posts, funny images, and strong opinions, making the whole situation a big part of pop culture.
Yeah. He said, do you mind if I mess it up? So he grabs it and he starts really going crazy, right? And everybody laughed, and it was a big thing, and it was a big hit. It was all over the place, and he got great ratings and all.
Popular news sources such as CNN and MSNBC showcased Crockett's response as a great way to deal with political nonsense. Some conservative media quickly came to Greene's aid, claiming that Kimmel and Crockett were bullying the unfortunate congresswoman. It seems that simply highlighting hypocrisy is now seen as being confrontational.
And 6 months later, he went out because he was under pressure to apologize because he humanized Donald Trump. Do you remember? And he stood up and he said, I'd like to apologize 6 months ago or whatever it was.
Social media sites turned into the main place for the aftermath. Memes of Greene, Crockett, and Trump filled Twitter and Instagram, with captions that varied from sharp jokes to clear teasing. A well-known meme showed Greene with the phrase, always the victim, never the hero. One more showed a split screen of Crockett and Greene with the words brains versus bananas.
I messed up Donald Trump's hair and it humanized him and he became president. And I would like to apologize. How weak and pathetic is a guy like that? And his show died, but the other two shows are dying.
Famous people also got involved, with well-known names like Mark Ruffalo and Sarah Silverman praising Crockett's calmness and sense of fun. Even Chrissy Teigen joined the conversation, tweeting, "This is why we need more Jasmine Crocketts in the Congress, and fewer MTGs."
I just got a review, and has there ever been a worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars? His opening was that of a less-than-average person trying too hard to be something which he is not and never can be.
The mini reactions showed something important. People want politicians who can stand out from the noise. Jasmine Crockett's performance stood out because it showed what good leadership can be: intelligent, calm, and centered on facts. So what do you guys think? Does MTG have some serious issues? Or is that just her bipolar personality? Let us know down in the comments section below. If you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you're notified as soon as we upload our next video. Thanks for watching.